Halo guys, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Wow, uploading on closely day. Let's go. This time, I'm going to share a short story review of some stories I have read for my college project. Yeah, again. But this time, I just gonna review one of them, and the title of the story is The Two-Witch Cat. Alright, so I'm gonna show you the review by the PowerPoint slide that I already made before. Okay, wait. So, as the show in this PowerPoint slide, I have decided my review into several sections, such as story summary, key vocabulary, inference and conclusion, and suggestion. So let's back to story summary. Story summary, which also on this slide, I also divided them into several parts such as exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. This time, I will explain each part one by one. Well, the story is setting in the old Wales, which is featuring of inns and rural location. And the character of this story are Who, yes, his name is Who, the main character, and two cat sisters as the main antagonist or the villain of the story, and the robbers group, the minor antagonist, who also getting against each other to main character. These three characters are important and play significant roles in the progress of the story. And the background of this story are Who is renowned conjurer who used his power to outwit robbers and solve the mystery. So next, rising action. As you can see, I give some point part of this section of the story, but I'm gonna tell you the summary without looking at this point. So, in the rising action part is this story tells about a great conjurer and also traveler named Hu. He was the seventh son of a seventh son who naturally gave by extraordinary magical abilities. Despite rivalry among conjurers and monks, Hu was a laid-back individual who enjoyed sharing intriguing stories with his monk's friends. One of his stories was about experience dealing with a group of thieves ranging from ordinary humans to those with magical abilities. The first group of thieves he encountered was ordinary human. He met them at an inn late at night. By his magical power, Who knew that the four men intended to kill him and steal his money. To escape, the wizard created a statue of beautiful woman and enchanted the thief to keep staring at the statue all night long. After escaping from that group, Who traveled to the hotel called the Inn of Three Gates in Bethune, Utah. The hotel was managed by two sisters. Some travelers had complained about their belongings mysteriously disappear. Those travelers who had been robbed claimed they had ensured all doors and windows were locked at night. Yet by morning, all their money was gone without a trace. Strangely, there were no footprint or any sign of intrusion. Although the story feels mysterious and seem unbelievable, many others doubt this truth, but who is only seem intrigued enough to investigate it. So, who decided to stay at the hotel and even had a brief chat with the landlady's sisters before heading to his room. Once aside, he immediately began to executing his plan. He took out a sword and placed it beside him as he lay on the bed. In the climax part, I also do the same way as the part before. Pretending to sleep, he kept an eyelid on his room. Sure enough, not long after, he saw cats descend from the room chimney. The cats play around the bed, ensuring that who was asleep. Feeling safe, they began searching from the wallet on whose clothes pocket. As one of them researched for the purse, who quickly swung his sword, injuring one of the cat legs, causing them to flee back up the chimney. The next morning, Who had breakfast as usual and noticed that one of the sisters was absent due to illness. Before leaving, Who was given permission to meet the sick sister. After enchanting farewells, they shook hands. The sick lady initially extended her left hand, but Who refused. Reluctantly, she offered her bandaged right hand, and their true identity was revealed. She and her sister were the cats that could shapeshift with the help of the wicked fairies. In the following action, Who eventually broke the spell by slightly injuring the other sister's hands. From that day forward, two sisters began living as a normal, honest human. So that's all of the summary of the story, and that in this PowerPoint I make them as a point by point of their action to make them easier for me and also you to understand that what happened in these stories. So we going to next part is key vocabulary. So first, in this paragraph here, I mark here, you can see that, right? In the paragraph, in old days, it was believed that the seventh son in a family of sons was a conjurer by the nature, and that he could work wonders like the fairies and cure disease better than any doctor. If he were the seventh son of the seventh son, he was himself a wonder of wonders. So in this paragraph, I highlight this word, wonders, cure, and disease. Why? That's because I don't really understand what the conjurer word before, because it seems these words are very new for me. So I look the word after that conjurer word like wonders and cure disease as my keyword vocabulary to understand, and I already know what these are means. So wonders mean in Indonesia is keajaiban, ajaib, and cure is menyembuhkan, and disease itu penyakit. So I could infer that conjurer might means someone with magical abilities to heal a disease. After look up by that word, conjurer word is, I understood that this paragraph described how a seventh son naturally possessed magical talent and healing abilities, and a seventh son of a seventh son was exceptionally strong magical power. So the seventh son of the seventh son is really had very very powerful magical abilities. So he's really a strong power. So the conjurer that I talked before, conjurer is the word are have a synonym as wizard and witches. So this is talk about how the seventh son becoming a powerful witches or wizard. Alright. So let's do alright. This one. This method is also applies to another paragraph. Knowing the meanings of the word eating, kill, robbers, and to get his money. I could figure out that the paragraph explained how the main character who was dealing with robber who wanted to kill him and steal his possession or his money. Lastly, in this paragraph, wait a minute. Okay, this one. In this paragraph, the word like mystery, clear up, and cats, help, and bad fairies. Mystery itu misteri, clear up itu dibersihkan atau dalam konteks cerita ini tuh dipecahkan. And cats, of course we already know cats. Cats is an animal. Help itu ditolong atau dibantu. Fairies itu peri. And change their form ini, that's mean mengubah bentuk mereka. So this is explained that the sister, when the sister showed their hands, it was bandaged and the mystery was solved. The sister were a cat. The secret of the sister was a thief cat was revealed. These two sisters have abilities which is shape-shifting, who graded by a wicked fairy so they can steal money. Alright then, that's all of the key vocabulary. Oh, and by the way, I didn't tell you what these keywords mean before. So, eating itu artinya makan. Robbers, that means pencuri. Because there was plural S, that means robbers itu pencuri, tapi lebih dari satu. To kill itu membunuh. And to get his money, itu untuk mendapatkan uangnya. Okay, so next part. Inference and conclusion. Because the character I want to highlight is, of course, who? The adventuring wizard, our main character. As I read in the entire story, I could deduce several traits of whose character. While reading this story, I found a lot of keywords that helped me to understand the plot. But I think I just share 3 examples here because, I don't want to make this video as a Nina Bobo for you. So you fell asleep while watching this video because you feeling my video feeling so relaxing and make you really relax and fall asleep. No, please, no. I don't want to make you fall asleep because this is not an ASMR video. No, just no. And I don't want to make drain your internet quota, okay? I don't want to make you becoming poor by draining your quota, okay? So I got conclusion about who personality is, who is a relaxed individual who does not engage in rivalry with others. This is proof by the word I found in the paragraph is there always great rivalry between this conjurer and the monk who made money from pilgrims at holy wells. But a fellow called who, a great conjurer, keep on friendly terms with the monk. They often eat dinner together, for who was a great traveler over the whole country and always had news to tell to the holy brothers who live in the cell, particularly about his adventuring outwitting robbers. So this is a tale about whose personality who doesn't really wanted to rivalize by the hung like the other usual conjurers. Okay, next is even thus discovering his appointment schemes, who refused to use his magical power to harm them. Because why? Because why? I give this conclusion because in the paragraph I found in the story. So to defer their interaction, who made a statue of beautiful woman grow up of the center table. And then he laid a spell on the robbers so they keep gazing at the curious lady all night long. Well, he went to bed and slept soundly. Who seizes the hand of the other sister and made a little cut in it, from which a few drops the blood flowered, but the spell was over. Henceforth, said who, you are both harmless, and I trust you will both be honest woman. So this is show that even who has a great conjurer, great wizard who have very strong and powerful magic, he never really tried to hurt them or even extreme kill them by his magical power. Besides he harmed them really bad, he just trying to avoid them or trick them or just cure them. So that's why I have this conclusion about who personality. Alright, last part. For me, this story is a light fantasy tale that offers us many valuable lessons. The language is quite easy to understand, and the story relatively short length make it suitable for readers of all age. I highly recommend children to read this story because it teaches them the importance lesson to not taking other possession for personal gain. This story also reminds us to maintain good relationship with everyone and to avoid being arrogant. Even we have more advantages over the other, as seen in the whose character in the story. My suggestion for the reader is perhaps maybe they can develop the main antagonist characters more further by adding, I think, a bit more of dialogue when the two cat sisters gain their shape-shifting ability from the wicked fairy. Because this way, I think the antagonist motivation of being thief could be explored in greater more deep. Additionally, when who is about to break the curse, the reader I think could include a scene where the antagonist, the cat sister, initially resists or maybe can try to guess who, and who is portrayed as visually advising them until they finally realize their mistake. But that said, the story is already well written and enjoyable for everyone to read. Alright, that's all for me, and I think you can understand my explanation. And I'm sorry if I don't really explain much and do many mistake in pronunciation or any human error that I do in this video. So thank you so much for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.